Meet Mandla and Amy. They have been besties since varsity days. Mandla is a practicing lawyer and Amy is working towards becoming a qualified radiologist. Deciding to spread their wings, they each sit down with their families to announce their decision to purchase a home. Shopping around on websites and consulting with estate agents, Mandla decided to speak to a financial advisor who advised him to contact Nedbank. Mandla banks with Nedbank, so is expecting it to be an easy application. After spending some time with Nedbank and selecting his dream home, he needed to produce his ID, payslip, bank statements, and the offer to purchase. This all made Mandla anxious. Mandla submitted all required documentation via email that same day. He was happy to see a response via SMS to confirm receipt of documents. Now confident that he would receive a positive reply, he waited and waited and waited. 1 week later, he finally received a response. He was informed that he needs to submit additional information in order to complete the application. This annoyed Mandla, as they should already have access to this information. The following day, he received an SMS informing him that his loan had been granted. Sharing the great news, he was still a bit confused as to what comes next. Mandla received a phone call from Nedbank to explain the process to follow, including a mention of the requirements for homeowners cover. Surprisingly, that same day, he receives another call from Nedbank to inform him that Nedbank homeowners cover is a mandatory requirement to complete a home loan application. Mandla agreed to all the mandatory requirements for his home loan application to be processed. 4 months later, Mandla became the proud owner of a home valued at 1.4 million rand. Amy spoke to her dad's contact, an estate agent who would facilitate the entire process for her. After submitting her application to various banks including Nedbank and the Red Bank, she was informed that the Red Bank declined her application, but Nedbank approved her home loan of 650,000 rand. A Nedbank consultant informed Amy that in order to complete the application, she would need proof of homeowners cover. She was informed that this mandatory cover could be obtained from any preferred insurer. Amy opted to get homeowners cover from the Red Bank. Seeing as it's her childhood bank and she's a loyal client, she submitted proof to Nedbank Home Loans. She too was now a proud owner of a new home. 2 months later, Mandla attended Amy's housewarming party where they shared their experiences in becoming homeowners. Mandla mentions the extra fees on his monthly statement and that he has no idea what these are for. Amy reminds him that homeowners cover is one of these premiums. 3 years go by and both Amy and Mandla still enjoy their new homes and celebrate their independence. One day, Mandla returned home from work only to find his entire house had been flooded due to a burst geyser. His brand new carpets along with the bedroom walls had been ruined. About to phone the plumber directly, Mandla remembered that Amy mentioned homeowners cover at the party a few years ago. With some hope, Mandla phoned Amy, who told him to phone Nedbank to log a claim. As it was late that evening, all the Nedbank consultant could do was to tell him to close the main tap and wait for assistance the next day. Feeling sorry for Mandla, Amy thought she'd surprise him with some home-baked muffins. Seeing as the muffins were still so fresh and so hot, they steamed up her entire car window. Amy could not see where she was driving and drove straight into her own gate. In a panic, Amy reversed back into the yard and drove straight through the garage wall and into the kitchen. A distraught Amy phoned the Red Bank to start the claims process. Paging through her statements, she noticed a Nedbank premium for homeowners cover. Seeing as the Red Bank refused to settle the claim due to the dual cover, Amy was furious and immediately cancelled her Red Bank homeowners cover. Nedbank agreed to partially settle the claims, which came as a relief. The next morning, the plumber arrived at Mandla's house. After paying him 500 rand, the plumber repaired the burst geyser and handed Mandla a clearance certificate and went on his way. The plumber informed Nedbank that the geyser was restored, and Nedbank confirmed this with Mandla. Upon confirmation, Mandla notified Nedbank that his walls and carpets were also damaged. Nedbank promptly informed Mandla that another claim for resultant damages needs to be logged, and additional service providers will be tasked. The claim was logged and repairs started. The repairs to the walls were going to take 8 days to complete, and only after this, Mandla was permitted to replace the damaged carpets. Upon assessment, the carpets he needed were no longer on the market, but similar carpets could be used. The problem was that this would take up to 5 weeks. 3 weeks later, an impatient and upset Mandla phoned Nedbank to let them know that he has had no response from the carpet supplier. Nedbank assured him that they will follow up with the supplier. Mandla never received a phone call from the supplier, and only on the 8th week the new carpets arrived, but were not installed. Confused, Mandla phoned Nedbank again to try and clarify what was going on. Unfortunately, none of the consultants could clear up Mandla's confusion. Very disappointed, Mandla emailed Nedbank with a complaint and decided to email the Ombudsman as well. Nedbank actively liaised with Mandla and the carpets were installed 1 week later. Months later, upon premium increase, Mandla threatened to cancel his homeowner's cover if the increase was affected. Regardless, the increase was affected and Mandla cancelled. Only 3 months later, Nedbank acknowledged the cancellation and deactivated his homeowner's cover. Seeing as Amy needed her house back to normal as soon as possible, she actively involved herself in the claims process. Amy closely monitored the service providers and informed them that if she experiences any delays, she would notify Nedbank. Due to her close involvement, Amy's house was back to normal in 3 weeks, and she was also happy to stay with Nedbank homeowners cover. Each of our clients have experienced different engagements with Nedbank homeowners cover, which promotes uncertainty. While some experiences show a positive impact and we have winning stories to tell, there are bad experiences too, which are causing frustrations. But we can fix these. We know that each experience and each claim is unique, and so are our clients. Nedbank Insurance promises to be reliably there, which means we promise our clients that we will be there during their time of need. How do we show our clients that we are reliably there, no matter the circumstance, no matter the catastrophe? It is our role together as ambassadors of Nedbank Insurance to deliver on our promise and deliver great experiences with care, commitment, and ease. How will you be there? You can make a difference, starting today.